Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. It is your boy Noah, aka Max Football, and yeah, I'm back with another banger. Now just wait. I know you see the Manchester United posters, I know you see the Manchester United shirt, but I can promise you now, if you are new to my channel, I am not a biased fan, and you will see later in the video where I've put Manchester United. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be predicting the places of each team in the Premier League 2021-22 season. Now, oh my gosh, every football YouTuber looks forward to this video. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now in 20th position, I put a very surprising team. And the reason for this is, when you look at all the teams, the calibre of strength in the squad is just crazy. This Premier League season is going to be a really good one, and I just have an opinion that the team I pick won't be able to just, survive. It unfortunately will just go back down into the Championship. So the team I'm talking about is Brentford FC. Now on my second channel, Max Talks Football, go check it out, I actually said would Brentford survive into the Premier League, and I said they could. But I feel like what they've done this summer, they haven't, upgraded their squad enough. Yes, they've signed two great players in Christopher Ayer from Celtic for £13.5 million and Onyeka from FC Midtjylland, but I don't think they'll be able to keep them up. Defensively, I think they'll do great, but going forward, I have a feeling Ivan Toney isn't going to have the best of his seasons. Now in 19th position is another Championship team who went up this season, and of course it's Norwich. Unfortunately, over the years they've created a habit of them going up to the Premier League and going straight back down, and I think it will continue this season. They lost their best player by a mile, obviously Buendia, to another Premier League squad, and that's really not going to help them. They've had a great summer with getting in new reinforcements, with the likes of Angus Gunn, Rashica and Ben Gibson all on the Norwich books, but it's not going to be enough to keep them up. Now in 18th, the last relegated side will be a heartbreaking one for most Premier League fans, and that is Burnley. Burnley are a side that proved all Premier League fans wrong, because a lot of people think they will go down every season, but they always manage to stay up, although they literally have no reinforcements. But I have a feeling last season was the last year they'll manage to do that. Buying Nathan Collins and Wayne Hennessy is really not good enough, because I don't believe both of them could get into your starting 11. I believe McNeil and Wood will have great scoring seasons, but I think it won't be enough, because the calibre of teams just keeps them going up and up and up, and Burnley ultimately are going to be left behind. Now on to the first team that will be staying up, and that is Watford. A lot of people have said Watford to go down, but I believe they will manage to stay up, and they'll manage to prove themselves as a Premier League regular once again. Their summer business has been nothing less than flawless, and although it's a lot more younger players who won't be able to do stuff now, they have a great squad, and they will end up staying up, and then next years they'll keep on staying up because of all these young great players they have. They've signed the likes of Danny Rose, Imran Louza, Ashley Fletcher, Emmanuel Dennis, Kawido Barr, Matty Pollock and Joshua King, and some of them are Premier League proven. On to 16th, and I've put Newcastle. Now I'm telling you this now, Newcastle would have got relegated if it weren't for their last minute sign of Joe Willock. They signed Willock for €25 million, and last season he was arguably one of their best players. Newcastle going forward have a really good attack. Callum Wilson, Saint Maximum, Joe Willock, that is just flair on flair on flair. Although I believe Newcastle will get absolutely stomped on when facing the top 8, they will be able to survive by them winning against all the lower sort of teams. Now on to 15th, and is Brighton. Although they lost the likes of Ben White, I believe Graham Potter will know how to get a result. He is a great manager, and the players they have there are still able to stay up. The likes of Tariq Lamptey and Bissouma are getting older, and hopefully for Brighton, more pay can finally step up for them. Also, I believe Enoch Mwepu, who was signed from Red Bull Salzburg, will have a great season. Brighton 15, and I think we all know they're staying up. Now on to 14th, and I think it will be Wolves. Wolves ended last season on a really bad note. Nuno Espirito Santo, probably their best manager of all time, left the club. So then players like Rui Patricio had enough and they wanted to leave too. They have a new manager called Bruno Lage, and I believe he will be great for them. And he's already shown what the vision of the club should look like, and it looks like he agrees with Nuno Espirito Santo. He signed the Rui Patricio replacement, Jose Sá, a great player. He signed Aït-Nouri on a permanent deal. He signed Trincão from Barcelona on a loan, and I believe those reinforcements are great buys. I think Wolves will stay up this season and they'll just keep on going up and up and up. On to 13th, and this is a club which I wouldn't be surprised any of you were guessing. And the reason for that is because they had such a great season last season, but it's going to crumble for them, and you watch. In 13th, it's Everton. Now, if you haven't watched my matchday vlog with Everton versus Manchester United at Old Trafford, go check it out. We absolutely smashed them 4-0, and I'm telling you now that the players Rafa Benitez has signed are not good enough. I can understand Begovic and I can understand Townsend. Yes, they're not players which are going to be in the first team, but they could definitely do a role coming on as a sub or being a backup. But Demarai Gray? What are you doing, Rafa Benitez? Demarai Gray? He will do nothing for the club. And although I said Asmir Begovic and Townsend are good buys as well, they will do nothing for the club. Rafa Benitez as a manager is way past it. Yes, he was world class at a time, but now he's not. James Rodriguez wants to leave, so I wouldn't be surprised if somehow he gets that angry that he forces a move out this summer. In 12th, we have a little side called Crystal Palace. Now they got Vieira, and I wasn't too confident with them getting him as a manager, but the more I've seen him spend in the summer, the better I think he'll do at Crystal Palace. He signed the likes of Michael Olise from Reading and Mark Guehi from Chelsea. They're great young players who I think will shine next season. They needed a new centre-back, they got one. They needed a new midfielder, they got one. They needed goals, so they got Michael Olise, who is great at chance creating. And Zaha's staying as well, so that's a great benefit for the Eagles. Now in 11th, and I've got Southampton. They started last season really strong, and at one point they were even first in the table, but later on they crumbled, and I'm not sure if that will happen again. I think Southampton will end up starting the season strong, but I think they'll keep on doing that, and they'll keep a nice consistency to get them in an easy mid-table spot. Obviously, they lost their player that every single Southampton fan worships, Danny Ings, and honestly, they are going to be really begging for goals because they won't score many this season. So for Southampton's sake, they need a striker, and it's not they want it, they really do need one. But although they won't be scoring as much goals now that Danny Ings gone, I think defensively they'll be great. The signings of Romain Perraud will be very good for them, and it's a massive improvement on Ryan Bertrand. In 10th, we have West Ham United. Now, although it's a great spot for West Ham, 10th is perfect for them, it is still a big dip from what they had last season. They finished last season in Europa League spot, and I think they wouldn't have got there without Jesse Lingard, and they don't have him now. I think also they needed to get a striker, and that's something they haven't done. Antonio is a great player, and he will have flashes of brilliances next season, and he will be on form for about a month or so, but he has the legs as strong as jelly. I believe that Alfonso Areola will be a great signing for them, but again, as I was saying, it's not in the position they need. You know, Fabianski was a great goalkeeper for them, and obviously he's sort of dipped from last season, but Areola, he will be an improvement, but again, it's not a striker, is it? Also, I think Souček and Kufal will be great, so 10th isn't really that bad, is it? And I don't think you'll do good in the Europa League, to be honest. Now on to 9th, and it's Leeds. I believe they ended last season in 9th, and it will be the exact same season for them. They did some great buys, including the permanent signing of Jack Harrison from Man City and Junior Firpo for £13 million from Barcelona. The only player that actually has worth to them that they lost this season was Alioski on a free. But again, he was sort of a sub on the 70th minute type player. Leeds will do great this season. You know, they have some great players like Dallas, you know, Luke Ayling, Patrick Bamford, and Harrison will do great too. They will get a great amount of goals and be even better defensively, and that's what you need to get in 9th position. In 8th, we had Arsenal, and look, it's not because I'm a United fan, I just want to put it out there. I've been so kind to Arsenal in the past. You know, I think last season I had them in the top 4, and most people did as well. But I'm not falling for it again. Arsenal fans, I know you're excited about the signings of Nuno Tavares, you know, Lokonga, Ben White. You know, genuinely, they're not even that good. Nuno Tavares, Benfica bench warmer. Lokonga, he's more one for the future. And Ben White is the definition of how English players are overpriced. I believe that Aubameyang will have a better season than last season. Although I do believe Pepe will do better as well, I think the midfield is way too empty without a good attacking midfielder. Now on to 7th, and it's Aston Villa. I surprisingly think that Grealish leaving will actually benefit Aston Villa massively. Aston Villa spent the £100 million so well. Leon Bailey, a great left winger who can also play right winger, and his chance creation numbers are crazy. He will bring the Grealish assist and the Grealish flair. Buendia, he is nearly as good as Grealish, in my opinion, full stop. He will bring goals and assists. Danny Ings, he is a proven Premier League goal scorer and will be their top goal scorer for next season, I'm telling you now. Also, Axel Tuanzebe and Ashley Young are great defensive buys. And then also you have great players like Watkins, Emi Martinez already in the squad. Aston Villa, dark horses for Premier League 21-22 season. In 6th position, it's Tottenham. Seeing Tottenham in pre-season definitely solidified my opinion that they will be better than Arsenal next season. And it's not just because they beat Arsenal, it's because throughout the whole pre-season the way they played under Nuno was great. I was not a big fan of the appointment of Nuno, but seeing him in pre-season, maybe we were all wrong. Harry Kane is going to stay, mark my words. Son signed a new contract. Dele Alli might be on form again. And you've got a wonder kid who was just in the Olympic final, Brian Gill. And to top it off, you've even got Christian Romero and Galini. I genuinely think people were underrating this Spurs squad, and they could really shock some people for next season. Now in 5th, and of course it's Leicester. Unfortunately, for the 3rd time running, they will just miss out on Champions League football and get Europa League instead. I don't think Leicester will have as good as a season as they had in the last 2, seeing as Jamie Vardy sort of went off form, but they'll still get Europa League football. Their signings this season have been seriously overlooked. Patson Daka for £23 million from RB Salzburg, Bukhari Soumare from Lille for £17 million, and Ryan Bertrand on a free from Southampton. Soumare could be the missing piece in the midfield, and Patson Daka will definitely bring goals along with Iheanacho and Vardy. This Leicester squad is looking great, and they will still succeed to get top 5. Now on to 4th, and this is definitely going to be a big shock. It's Liverpool. Now obviously, pre-season can't tell you everything, but watching Liverpool in pre-season, they have not been good enough. Obviously Van Dijk is back, but I think it will have to take him a bit of time just to get used to playing again, seeing as he was out for nearly a whole season. And that midfield also looks very empty, seeing as Jorginho Wijnaldum left for PSG on a free. I think Mohamed Salah will be great, and he will be a golden boot contender. But I'm not sure if Mane will have a good season. My opinion is that I don't think he'll have a good season, and it will be basically the same as last season, which is underperforming massively. But defensively, they did improve, seeing as they bought Ibrahima Konate from RB Leipzig for £36 million. What a beast. He's big, he's massive, he knows how to nudge players off the ball, and I think he'll definitely be a big improvement in centre-back from last season. Now, in 3rd place, you're probably not going to believe this, and I can't believe I'm saying this, seeing as they won the Premier League last time. But in third, it's Manchester City. Look, I'm not biased, as I have to say again, I'm not biased as a Manchester United fan, but I do think Manchester City will come third. You know, Pep just lost the final in the Community Shield against Leicester 1-0, and they really didn't play that well. Although they lost some great players like Sergio Aguero, Eric Garcia and Harrison, I don't think it would be a big deal. But still, I can just see Pep Guardiola not managing good enough. I know he's a world-class manager, and I know he just got a £100 million player, obviously Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, but I just think they might bottle there. They will rely a lot on the attack, and well, of course they would. I mean, you look at some of the players they've got in attack. Mahrez, you know, Sterling, Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne. They need goals, and they will get goals, but defensively, they won't do as good. Now in second, and you guys know, it's between two teams. And I hate to say this, but it's my club, Manchester United. Look, Manchester United have had such a great pre-season, in my opinion. You know, I've went to basically half of the games at Old Trafford and saw them myself. We have looked very, very positive. And the summer has been great as well. You know, we got Tom Heaton on a free for Aston Villa, and we played him in most of our pre-season games. He looked really, really good, and he'll be a great backup. Almost as good as Romero, in my opinion. And Jadon Sancho, he will be world class for us, and he will be the next Ronaldo. Maybe I'm going a bit too far. And what I mean is that it'll be the next Ronaldo for Manchester United. Signing from Borussia Dortmund for £73 million, he is worth a lot more than we bought him for. And then to top that off, we got Varane, World Cup winner, 4-time Champions League winner, and Real Madrid Galactico in my opinion. But our problem is not having a pivot midfielder. We needed a Neves, a Saul, a Camavinga, but we didn't get it. And there's still time, but right now looking at it, that will be sort of our problem. And hopefully Pogba doesn't get injured. But this is why I'm saying we will go second. The moment we have all been waiting for. The team who is coming in first and ultimately winning the Premier League. It's Chelsea. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just went to the gym. I ended the recording and I was going to talk about Chelsea. I have no clue why. I just went to the gym. Can I just say right now, I think if Chelsea get Romelu Lukaku and it ends up being confirmed, which there's rumours that he's completed his medical, it's all good, they will win the Premier League. Tuchel has already won the Champions League with them, which is harder in my opinion. So really, there's only one piece of the puzzle missing, and that was a player who could hold up the ball for them, and that's Lukaku. Done. That's all I need to say really. Anyway guys, can I please just say, if you are new to the channel, just click on my channel and just look at it. Look at my page, see if it looks good for you. If you like the videos that I'm posting, subscribe please. Honestly, you don't realise how much it helps me. Anyway, I love you all. It's been your boy Maka. What do you think about my predictions? I think they're actually quite good, but yeah. Anyway.